Now look, I know I said that I would refrain from doing anime content, but this is gonna be one of the few times I bring it back. Kinda. Within the past couple of years, the anime community has been receiving some really good adaptations of certain manga series. I mean, just think about it. We've gone from the second season of Demon Slayer, to the third season of Mob Psycho 100, to the recently concluded second season of Jujutsu Kaisen, the list goes on. And since these are shonen anime and manga series we're talking about, a good majority of these series are going to contain a few common tropes found in many shonen titles as early as the original Dragon Ball. And the first anime trope we're gonna be covering today is none other than the power of friendship trope. Yeah, that's a basic demonstration of what this trope refers to. Essentially, the power of friendship trope is a recurring trope that features the main character reflecting on their friendship or friendships and getting a huge power boost as a result. And this trope gets pretty annoying when you realize just how out of place something like this can really be. For one, it kind of neglects the extensive amounts of training the main character has gone through to at least fight on a level playing field with the villain needed to be taken down. On the other hand, this trope is somewhat inconsistent and somewhat of an asshole, because if the main character's motivations for fighting was to protect / honor their friends, couldn't they have just used that power boost from the get-go? And the next anime trope we'll be focusing on is none other than lolis. This is another common trope or theme across shonen anime, and honestly, if you're unfamiliar with a term such as this, I'm proud of you, bro. We need more people like you in the world, for real, for real. But to actually give a definition to said term, a loli is an anime character typically taking the appearance of a young little girl who looks about the age of an average first or second grader, but is actually much older than perceived. Now, I just want to point out that the basic rundown definition that I just gave was one accurate in terms of modern day anime and manga, but not the full picture. This right here is a much more complex and detailed definition. So pause and read if you wish. Whichever definition you decide to take in will still tie into my reasoning behind my distaste for this particular trope, as you'll see later. Now back to the video. An example known vastly among the anime community would most certainly be Elaine from the 7 Deadly Sins series. You might think she's like 8 or 9 or maybe even a preteen. Yeah, as you can tell, that definition wasn't necessarily wrong. Keep in mind that Elaine just happens to be a character within one of the many anime and / or manga series and publishers that include lolis in various mediums. Why don't we take a look at this anime right here, titled Dragon Maid? What the hell? As I was looking up the ages of these characters to support the aforementioned definitions, I came across this manga page posted on the anime subreddit. As you can see, they supposedly can live beyond the lifespan of the earth itself. Are we seeing a pattern here? This childlike appearance in Jurassic era age combo is getting ridiculous. Following that trope, up next we have the protagonist versus antagonist trope. A quality most anime have in common, especially 90s to 2000s shonen, is that most of them feature the protagonist of their respective stories going up against a particular villain of a specific storyline in said story. Do I actually hate this trope? In short, no. I'm all for a standard shonen brawl. However, this is where I want to bring up the term subversion. Subversion, in the context of anime and manga, is essentially when a writer contradicts any sort of formula of a trope in a way that deviates from expectations. Now, in terms of protagonist versus antagonist, we can find examples in about 75% of Hunter x Hunter. Not every story arc features Gon fighting against every single antagonist. In the York New City storyline, the lens is shifted almost entirely towards Kurapika and his pursuit of the Phantom Troop. And even then, his confrontation with their leader is just that, a confrontation.
This situation is nothing. It's no different than an afternoon coffee break. In fact, it's quite peaceful.
Okay, maybe more than that. In conclusion, I just tend to find it entertaining to see authors take the saying, if it isn't broken, don't fix it, and throw that out of the window. The next trope we have up on our list is the useless female character trope.
Naruto, hurry. Please, Naruto!
This trope, also dubbed as the Sakura effect, is essentially a once formerly recurring trope that features a female character within a series not being of much use in the conflict, even though we as the audience are aware of their capabilities in the form of training montages. It is often called the Sakura effect because its namesake, Sakura, has been shown to be trained by one of the 3 Sannin in Naruto, yet still doesn't do much. It also gets worse when you realize the show kind of just dropped the idea that Sakura was at one point supposedly good at handling genjutsu. And I already know you're going to reference her fight with Sasori, and yeah, that's a pretty good point. You may also reference her healing abilities, but that's where I'd have to stop you. You can't be trained by one of your universe's strongest and also be rendered a healer. That simply diminishes everything that you've ever been hyped up for. This is honestly why people have found Jujutsu Kaisen's cast of female characters to be a big refresher. They aren't necessarily all healers, nor are they simply there to rely on the main protagonist.
Oh my. Am I really that famous?
Yeah, for running away like a little bitch.
I like you.
And that's gonna conclude this video from me today. I'm glad to be back in the beginning of this new year, and I hope it treats us all well. Thanks for all the support over my hiatus. Much love. And with that, I'ma head up out of here.